Hello YouTube friends, Dr. Teresa here. Recently my husband and I had an opportunity to visit St. Augustine in Florida. It is the oldest city in the country, and here we are visiting the fort that is located there. We're going to be taking a closer look pretty soon at the moat area, which was a dangerous crossing back at that time. But right now I am showing a little bit of context so we can see the backdrop of what the fort was laid against. Beautiful skies here. We can see tall walls. There's a turret there in the right-hand corner. And we see a little entranceway here as we get closer and we walk up to there. There's that entranceway up close. And you can see there are some people walking here and a drop below. That's actually the moat area. Back when it was active, it was filled with water and it was dangerous for crossing. It always makes me think of the cartoons from when I was a kid. You would see moats around castles that were filled with sharks and all kinds of dangerous creatures. I don't know that moats actually had dangerous animals in them, but I bet they definitely were difficult to cross. Being so deep, as the sign mentioned, they would be as much as 5 feet deep, and I'm guessing pretty muddy at that. So the moat area did completely surround the fort. There's the bridge that we crossed to get in, and here I am doing the best that I can to hold on to the camera and walk at the same time, just to show you this is the entranceway leading into the fort.
Nope.
You're a liar. And we're going to be turning to the right here in just a moment. And there, look, there's a drawbridge. You can see the moat around it and a view from the bridge. And here are some sleeping quarters that were inside of the fort. Does not look comfy at all. Here's another view of the fort. I'm showing sort of a panorama all around. So it was completely enclosed, but notice there are different kinds of rooms there and a set of stairs that will go up in a little bit to see things from the upper area view. This looks like some sort of storage facility here. Very small. And here is a model cannon that was on display. And here I'm showing you the roof or ceiling area of one of the rooms. It was a very high ceiling and rounded like an archway. Unusual entranceways. And this was actually built into the wall. And when we read a little bit about what this was, it was actually an old holy water font. So apparently there was religion involved in defending a fort back in those days. Here's where you could sign up for the military. Some high ceiling windows, and it looks like a recreation area that was inside of the fort as well for the soldiers. Here's another view of the stairway, and now we can see a view looking around from the upper level. You can see the skyline very well. You can see the inside of the fort down below. And when I go all the way around here, you can see one of the turrets. You can see the harbor. There are some boats that are in the harbor, and of course there are those palm trees I absolutely love to see. So this was a very good location for a fort because they could spot any incoming vessels, and that really helped them prepare if they needed to get their ammunition loaded. Here's another cannon and a view from the wall into the harbor. and another view of one of the turrets up at the top here. I got this wall because when you look carefully, it looks like it's made of seashells. And I thought that was interesting, and we're going to find more about that in just a minute. But here's an aerial view of the city. I'm moving the camera around just to show some of the things you can see from the top level of the fort. So you see back at the time when this fort was active, they could see very well. There's some cannons and a mortar. There's another cannon lined up there, right against that wall. Now here's another kind of turret, but look at that little tiny hole there. That was actually designed when you had your, I guess, sharpshooters or riflemen who were peeking out and they were in the heat of battle, where they could get a quick look outside and fit the barrel of their rifle through that little hole and take aim at any approaching attackers. Here's another view of the moat looking down from above. Again, that's completely surrounding the fort. There's the harbor, and here's another turret. This one, I can actually go inside, and you can see there is more than one little opening for rifles. We can see the ceiling again, kind of curved up there. And we can see the holes there, like little windows, but small, so that if they're being shot at, they're not as easy to hit. They're a much smaller target. And this looks like a chimney, so probably a fireplace or something was run when this fort was in use. And here are those stairs again, and you can see it looks like seashells in there. Well, I did find out that that particular building material was called coquina. So it was a type of limestone, but it did embed seashells in here. And we're getting ready to leave the fort now, and you can see here's the moat area, another view of the drawbridge. And here we are, just about finished with our tour. Beautiful scene. Can't imagine what it was like to be there in that day, trying to survive and fight off the enemy. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed being with me today. Take care.